So you thought about building a house or a duplex as a real estate investment. I'm going to take you through the entire process. So here we are. The whole lot getting done. And if you noticed, right over here on the right side, we put all these logs up right there. Those are all maple logs. So my intentions are we're gonna have all these maple logs brought over to a sawmill, have them all sawn up. Maybe that's not the right word, but cut up, kiln dried, and then we're gonna have them all processed so we can have all the baseboards here. So we're trying to be more green friendly and eco-friendly. So we'll have this property, try to have as much trim pretty much made from the lumber here. The pine, I didn't want to mess with that. We just got that on out of here. But I love maple. I think it's beautiful. I think it's something we can do to make this look even better. So what do you think? Are you interested in getting into real estate? You want to hear more about it? I'm willing to talk and tell you all about it. Again, my name's Patrick, and I'm gonna walk you around this property a little more and talk to you, but we'll have the flag lot right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this flag lot. So a flag lot is a property that sits behind another home instead of directly on the street. This can be done through subdivision and is helpful to real estate investors. House, we're gonna sell it and subsidize the cost of building the duplex in the front. And the duplex is gonna be going for about $3,000 a month each side rented, and it's a high-end duplex. But there was a house here and there was a bunch of trees, and we were able to take it all down. So anyways, when you're looking at real estate, don't just get stuck thinking you can only put one property there. So we'll keep you updated on this whole process and show you around once it's getting built up. Here I am. We're at Chatham getting ready to hopefully start in the next week or two with footings for the duplex, and then in the future, hopefully, this will be turned into a flag lot. But just got done with the city of Raleigh and their beautiful meeting about how long it takes, and it's going to take 120 days, 115 days on average just to get through preliminary cycle, compared to Durham, which I can get a flag lot done in literally 40 days, not business days like Raleigh said. The first step after getting permits is we will get our utilities in line. I got my crew right here helping out so we could do our sewer and water taps. That's water right there, and then sewer's down here. That's like 7 feet. So anyways, they're going to use this big old machine right here. So we can have water and sewer connections. And that's the first step, in my opinion, after clearing the lot. So now we start digging the footers, as you can see, and that's the part of the foundation. So as you can see, typically the footers are about 24 inches wide, and we usually have them at least 18 inches below grade, even though state requires only 12 inches. And now, as you can see, what's going on is after the footers have been inspected by either the city or a private engineer, which we had it done by a private engineer, we get the concrete company out there, and the concrete company will typically have a pump like this, so they can actually get the material spread out quickly and evenly. So the guys are just waiting on that, and then the concrete gets poured right there, and it goes all the way through that pump. It comes out over there. And I'm going to walk you the job site and tell you exactly what's the next steps and indicate some other things. But yep, we're here getting ready to put our footers in and get ready to have a duplex getting started. Oh, sorry. You know, it's all good. I'm here with Jim. So you're asking about the flag lot.
Now, why would you? What's the order of events? Why wouldn't you like build this house first and that house second?
So the reason we wouldn't build the house in the back first is because it takes in Raleigh 6 months to subdivide, roughly 6 to 9 months. And while that time is passing by and we're just waiting for permission to build, you're going to be losing money. So the best idea in this case, even though it's kind of counterproductive in some ways, is to build the flag lot last.
So ideally, you would go back here first, but
Ideally, it would be easier to do both at the same time. Because you can think about it, you can actually get a better deal in construction materials when you buy more stuff, right?
You're gonna have to bring that cement truck back here.
Correct. They're gonna have, or they're gonna have to get. Let's see if I can turn it around. We're gonna have to exactly bring that cement truck back here. But a lot of times, we might be able to bring the actual truck itself, not the pump, and we'll be able to um, just pour directly versus having a pump like that. But we might need a pump. We might also do what's called a line pump, which is when the pump itself is just on the ground, and the guys will actually move it around. But yeah, no, that's the whole purpose. We're going to build the one in the front. But like I said, it actually helped out that it rained just slightly here and it moistened the ground, but didn't affect the stability of the footers. And that's just luck in itself. Oh yeah. I'm just why not? We're talking about some great stuff that a lot of people want to know about. We have what's called our offsets, our boundary offsets. So since we're going to put a fence there, that's going to be where our property line is, and from there, I think it's 15 feet, 20 feet we have to be off, and then I think it's 15 or 20 feet from the rear. I'll double check that, and I'll probably be wrong.
So
but
when all is said and done, there will be two distinct properties here. They'll subdivide it. This will be one. That'll be one. There'll be two
correct
different addresses.
And that's how you can maximize your money on the property. Is what you're doing is you're trying to look at it and you go, okay, a lot of deals nowadays don't make sense with one house, and people just cut it out and they're like, yep, that deal's not good, and they don't really think, well, maybe the deal's not great, but what if we got two properties out of that one house? Now your numbers are starting to change and starting to look different. Like the house over there, I was gonna buy, and I'll show. Let's see.
Right here?
Yeah, and that's what I was telling the guy. He's like, I want to put an ADU. I want to put an ADU. I'm like, that's a terrible idea. I get why, but it doesn't hold the value the same as a house. So I would get this house right here. I'd demo it and put a new one. But if you're gonna keep it, I told him, I was like, well, why don't you sell me that lot? You flag lot it, and I'll give you 100 grand for that lot. And what does that do to his numbers? He bought that house for 300K. Now and now if you think about it, he either makes $100,000 profit from this, and if he's really smart, he'll 1031 exchange that property if he sells it to me for $100,000. So think about this: 1031, he'll get $100,000. He doesn't have to pay taxes on taxes. I'm sorry, capital gains on. That he can push over to a new property. He's a new investor too. So that's the greatest way. And I'm trying to convince him. I'm trying to like, look, an ADU in the back would make sense, but the problem is you're not going to get any value for that ADU. You're not going to get equity. He doesn't understand that the cost to build an ADU is so expensive at the moment. He would be better off to subdivide it, build a house, a 1,200 square foot house, and wait till I sell mine and make profit there. He would probably make almost 200,000 in profit, or at least 150. But here's the other thing: is it worth the risk, or do you just take the 100 grand and get out of here and push on to something else? Give it to me to invest, or use the 100 grand to pay down the loan, and now boom, he has a $200,000 loan in theory if he paid zero down. He is gonna rent it. He told me. Yeah, but it's taken forever for this guy. It's because he's new and he's doing it out of pocket. So that's why I'm like, hey, let me flag lot it. You pay the cost to flag lot, and I'll give you 100 grand because the costs are like 10, 20 grand. I mean, I might even give him a little more, or I might be willing to do it at the cost after I'm done doing this flag lot and seeing. Because the city of Raleigh makes it expensive. Durham's easy.
Define ADU versus
an actual house.
regular.
Yeah, so An
Either
ADU,
way you're gonna build, like
right?
for
Either way,
example,
you're going to build.
you're
But
gonna build something.
what the difference between this is that house, and if you do an ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, right? Okay. So when we think of it, whoop, let me get locked into my pretty face. An ADU is an accessory dwelling unit. Okay. So that accessory dwelling unit is attached to the property itself. And the issue with ADUs,
So it's not a separate.
it's not a separate subdivided lot, which means you sell that house, the ADU has to be sold with it. Right. But if you do what's called a flag lot, okay, and it looks exactly like what it sounds like. You've got a pole, the little stretch that comes across one side of the property, and then the flag, which is a square. And if you're looking down at the property like you're up in the sky and it's a square, that's how it'll look. And if you do that, you can keep that one property. You can also get bigger if you build on a flag lot. You can build 1,200 square feet, 800 on the bottom max, 400 above, okay? Where with an ADU, you can only build 800 square feet. That was my next question. Yeah. What does that mean? It means you could do total 800 on the first floor. It's the footprint of the property. So if you're thinking about it in a logistics and an investment point, maybe logistics isn't the right word, but if you're thinking about it like purely investment, you want to have a separate house. Because if you have to have an issue where I need to liquidate a property, right? Now you got two properties that you can sell. And it's a new home too. One of them's a new home, even if you don't tear down the other home. So that's the best way to go about it.
So 2 homes with a flag lot, 2 separate sales, is not equal to the sum
of one home. Unit. Correct.
Even though it's still 2 units.
Exactly. It's weird, but it's the way it looks. Give me 1 second. I got a call coming in from my framer. We'll see. We can. Yeah, I'm trying to document it. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to start something because it's like that's the best way to be able to get a hold of people, and also education. And I got this camera. I got to use it, or else it's just sitting around. Dude, I refuse to get a TikTok. Really? I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the old guy on TikTok. My little sisters laughed at me when I said I had a Facebook, and they're like, I was like, what's wrong with Facebook? They said old people are on Facebook. And that hurt. That really hurt. I remember when MySpace was hot. So we'll have once this concrete's poured, tomorrow I'm going to have our surveyor come out here. He's going to pin this up. So the surveyor is going to mark each corner of the property, as you can see outlined in red, so that when the block masons come, they actually know exactly where to start and where to end each corner of the block for the property. Well, until next time, what I'm going to do is keep track of everything, and I hope this helps. If you enjoyed it, subscribe.